We're talking today about explosive power through bodyweight training, calisthenics. And bodyweight training is huge benefit when it comes to building explosive power, because you don't want to be a guy like me. I was the idiot on the bench press who was literally tossing the bar up into the air and catching it before it basically crushed me, thinking that's a good way to build explosive power. Stupid idea. I know. The body weight is a good advantage because you can move it powerfully and explosively with minimal safety risks and consequences, okay? So here are some of my basic thoughts on these. Refer to Convict Conditioning 3 for more information, the Explosive Calisthenics book that came out this year from Paul Waite. All right, first of all, most of your explosive work is from the waist down, okay? So legs, if you're explosive in your legs, you're explosive, you're powerful. Okay, that's the bottom line. So don't get adding on like a million different explosive exercises, like I gotta do explosive curls, and I gotta do explosive tricep extension, explosive shoulders. Just get your legs covered for like 80% of it and you're good. Squats and lunges, sprinting, these will do it for you. Now, the biggest mistake I see people make with this is they do too much of it to gain a lot of explosive benefit. Explosive training is about training your nervous system. It's not about building strength. It's not about conditioning. It's not about endurance. It's about using those qualities you already have. Okay, if you want to build conditioning, then do something for conditioning. You want to build strength, do something for strength. This is a separate ball of wax. And the reason why I mention this is because people are like, okay, time for explosive training and conditioning. So do 40 box jumps. You know, sprint, sled sprints 8 times kind of thing. The thing is, you're training your nervous system to put out as much power and force as hard and fast as possible. If you do a large amount of volume, you're going to pace yourself. Okay? You're going to say, okay, I've got 20 of these to do, so I'm going to get like 80% power on my first 4 or 5, or I'm going to ease into it or something. Warm up and just give it everything you got. In CC3, Paul Waite talks about principles of like 3 and 6. You know, a whole workout combining a multiple of 3 sets. So like 6 reps, 12 reps, like that's it. You do 3 jump squats, rest for a bit, and another 3, and you're done. Because you're giving everything you've got into those. So if you have high volume, you're gonna pace yourself. Plus, it's like, I'm powerful, and the power I'm outputting goes down, 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 down. Even though it's harder, it doesn't mean you're getting more out of it. It's all about what your nervous system's telling you to do. The other thing too is I'm not a fan of box jumps. I never use box jumps, myself nor for my clients. If we do jumping, we just stick to the floor. They're one of these things that, again, it's not terrible, but you don't need them. You don't have to use boxes to get explosive. So a lot of times people will say, well, if you have a box, then that kind of says you have to jump a minimum amount. Well, just mark a patch on the floor. We have tiles here on the floor that are about 1 foot square. I say, okay, try jump 4 tiles. The thing with a box is if you miss, there's consequences. You bang up your shins, bang up your knees, people get intimidated by it. There's that idea of you need that intimidation and fear to force you to another level. No, you don't. You just simply ask yourself to go to a higher level, and eventually the body will respond. The other thing too is when you jump up on a box, you got to get back down. And this is one of the criticisms with doing a lot of box jumps is people like, your Achilles gets hurt and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not even going to comment on that, but I have seen and I have had a couple of people when they're just stepping off a box and they twist an ankle, or they tweak a knee, or something goes funny, just simply by stepping down. And it gets more risky as you get more tired. So again, a reason to not do 50 of these things in a row is you're like tired and your legs are getting wobbly, you step down, it's not a good plant, and all of a sudden your ankle rolls and then you're out of commission and your legs are really gonna get not explosive then. So stick to the floor, stick to regular squats, jumps, and so on. Sets of 3 or 2, multiples of 6. So usually people do 3, 6, or 12 for a full workout. For the upper body, plyo push-ups and just hard rowing, hard pulling exercises on the pull-up or the Australian row will do it for you. And that's really about all you need for your basics. In Convict Conditioning 3, there's also talk of flips and everything, and that's great as well. But even in CC3, Paul Waite says stick to make the squats and the push-ups your bread and butter moves. Okay, so there are my thoughts on explosive training. Let me know if you have questions below. Be fit, live free.